What's up, everybody? Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility. That's right. What's up, everybody? What's hot with Sea of Tranquility? It's Wednesday, new release day here on the channel. Today, been out for a couple of weeks already, but just starting to get around to it, right? Although I did listen to it twice before I interviewed Jimmy Waldo recently, talking about the brand new Alcatrazz album, Take No Prisoners. Notice how it's set up kind of like a movie poster here. Rock Justice Presents, right? Produced by, mixed by, all that kind of stuff. The guys in the band. This is out now on Silver Lining Music. This is the 6th studio album from Alcatrazz. Of course, this is now Alcatrazz without Graham Bonnet, founding member and vocalist. Okay, he has gone back to doing the Graham Bonnet band. They decided, the rest of the guys in the band decided they wanted to become a little bit heavier. They wanted to take this band in heavier directions, and I don't think that Graham was fully on board with that. So he said, you know what, you guys can keep the band going. I'm going to go back and do my own thing, and that's what they've done. So in comes Doogie White, of course, the great Doogie White, who's played with Richie Blackmore's Rainbow and Yngwie Malmsteen and Michael Schenker and Demon's Eye and all sorts of other things. So there are the guys in the band. Lyrics and things like that. Of course, in the band, Doogie White on vocals, like I mentioned. Founding members, Jimmy Waldo on keyboards, Gary Shea on bass, Joe Stump on guitars, and Larry Patterson on the drums. Okay, so, it's funny though. Listening to this album compared to the album number 5, which came out, 2 years ago, something like that, a year and a half, 2 years ago, doesn't really sound all that much different. And the last album really didn't sound all that much different from the last album that Graham did with the band. So, go figure, right? Most of the Alcatrazz stuff is not overly heavy. If you go way back in time, you go to the very first album or Disturbing the Peace and, those first couple albums, No Parole from Rock and Roll. They're not overly heavy, but there's enough heaviness to them. They're just really good melodic hard rock albums, right? With all that classic, kind of classic metal tropes and things like that. Of course, you had Yngwie Malmsteen back in the day on the first album, Steve Vai on the second album. So you need that kind of guitar virtuoso thing going here. Joe Stump comes in the band a couple albums ago, right? He's delivering that neoclassical kind of shred thing. So you kind of have that. I would say the last 2 albums maybe a little bit more riffy, maybe a little bit more crunch to the music. But, even this is not that heavy, but it's rocking enough, right, for the most part. But, maybe there's other reasons why Graham left. Whatever, that's not up for me to decide. But anyway, I'm here to talk about the music on this album. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tracks. Really enjoyable. I liked the 5th album. I liked V or 5, whoever you want to call it. I really enjoyed that quite a bit. I really enjoyed this album. Does it still sound like Alcatrazz? Well, that's kind of the issue, right? Because without Graham Bonnet, it's missing that little something. However, the music, I think the spirit of what Alcatrazz's music was all about, going back to the very beginning, it does kind of sound like an Alcatrazz album, just an Alcatrazz album without Graham Bonnet, right? You've got the very cool, shredding neoclassical guitar solos of Joe Stump, which are damn impressive and all over this album. You got just enough keyboards from Jimmy, right? You got great bass playing and drumming on here as well. Doogie sounds great. I'm a fan of Doogie White's vocals. I think he's got a very unique vocal style. He's kind of slot right in here, which is fine. There's an interesting mix of material on this particular album. You got Little Viper is pretty heavy, kind of power metal-y, right? It's kind of fast and furious. Don't Get Mad, Get Even. That's almost more an 80s kind of glam commercial metal track type of thing. Maybe something like Schenker was doing, with the latter part of the 80s, right? Not necessarily talking about the first couple of albums with Robin Macaulay Schenker Group, that type of thing. Fun song though. It's got kind of like a party attitude. That's really good. Battle Lines is really good. That's a straightforward, hard rock metal track. Then you got Strangers, which is terrific. I mean, sounds like a long-lost Rainbow song from like the late 70s. Really good, epic sounding, dark, almost kind of doomy, heavy. Love that. Gates of Destiny is fun. They finally got around to doing a song called Alcatrazz. That's a pretty good track. And then like the latter part of the album really works. You got Holy Roller Loves Temples, which is, again, another good, fast-paced, melodic but still pretty heavy track. Power and Numbers just crushes. Great riff from Joe on that one. Really good vocal. Salute the Colors is a really good kind of moody rocker with an absolutely face-melting guitar solo from Joe Stump. Really like that a lot. And then Bring On the Rock, or Rock, R-A-W-K as they spell it. That's another good kind of like party anthem, which I kind of dig. So you get two of those. You get Bring On the Rock and Don't Get Mad, Get Even. Those are both kind of very accessible, kind of fist-pumping anthems type of thing. And then you got like all this mix of kind of moodier rockers and fast-paced kind of power metal-y things. So, it's really good. If it didn't say Alcatrazz, right? If you can just listen to this without the Alcatrazz on there, you'd be like, it's a pretty damn good album, right? And then if you get too wrapped up into the whole Alcatrazz thing, you realize, man, but Alcatrazz kind of is Graham Bonnet, right? So I get all that. But Gary and Jimmy are basically saying, well, we're founding members too. So, and I get all that. So regardless, whatever you think of having the Alcatrazz name or not, I still think it's a really solid record. That's what it comes down to. It's just great guitar work. Love the vocals. Doogie, like I said, really good vocalist. And it's fun stuff. It's just good, hard rock and metal music. That's what it's all about. I'm going to give it 3.5 out of 5 stars. Alcatrazz, Take No Prisoners. Yeah, that title's been used a million times, right? It's the first thing I thought too, but whatever. We got another one now, another Take No Prisoners album title. But yeah, the 6th album from Alcatrazz, Take No Prisoners. Doogie White, Joe Stump, Jimmy Waldo, Gary Shea, and Larry Patterson. That's the band right now. So yeah, check it out. If you like the last album, you'll like this one. That's basically what it is. If you just refuse to listen to Alcatrazz without Graham Bonnet, well, what can I tell you? But you're missing out on some pretty good stuff. So check it out. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube all together all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also, down below there in the video description, we'll get the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations as well as our merch page. So thanks in advance for all your help in doing that. We greatly appreciate it. And we'll see you real soon here with more reviews, right? Got some more stuff coming up. So stay tuned. Should have a unboxing of the brand new Wishbone Ash Argus 50th anniversary box set. Well, it's already unboxed. I've already been perusing through it and listening to it and watching it and reading and all that kind of stuff. So the wrapper is already off, but I'll open it all up, show you what it's all about, and talk about all the innards and guts in that box set. So that'll be coming up today as well. So thanks for everybody watching, and we'll see you real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.